when she's on the move. Okay. If she stopped, she's spending money. She's not wasting money. When she stopped, she's not making money. She's spending money. So when a ship comes to lie at Tema anchorage for a long period of time, a lot of money is going away, because even at the anchorage they still pay. It's just that it's not as much as they pay when they are on bed. They still pay for the services, the lighthouse they are enjoying, the patrol of the naval ships and so on. You have to pay something for that, the safety that you are enjoying at the anchorage. So if you stay long at the anchorage, you are wasting money. One, the other thing is, take for example, in a typical scenario, if a ship can make 4 voyages, round voyages, that means it will leave Tema, go to Europe or go to America and come back to Tema 4 times in a year. If she goes to lie at an anchorage and she does only 3, it means she has lost revenue, isn't it? So she will not be happy. So they will put the congestion surcharge on it, because they have to wait longer than expected. So they will make you pay. Some time ago, in the 70s, when the oil boom in Nigeria was in vogue, it was, if you go to the anchorage of Nigeria, it was like a city. So many ships, over 100 ships anchored outside. I remember there was a case where a certain Greek ship owner, he stayed there, he was coming to discharge clinker. He got angry because he had taken his freight, and the ship, they were not allowing him in to discharge the cargo so that he could go and find other cargoes and make money. After lying there for a year, he discharged the cement into the sea and went away. Yeah. 1 year. Just lying down is not the best. Yeah. It was that bad.
So with the shipping line, they don't schedule like the aircraft?
No. They schedule, that is, if they are in a liner, they can schedule. But other than that, those lone rangers, they don't have any schedule. The tram ships, they don't have any schedule. They don't have any schedule. They go where the cargo is. So congestion surcharge, if ships come and lie outside, then it is the cargo owners that suffer, because they have to pay more before. And you know, these surcharges, when you are going to take your consignment, then they ask you to pay. Sometimes you ask, the forwarders ask the cargo owners to pay, and they don't understand, and they are fighting them. It's all because of this. Then you have the length surcharge, you have the weight surcharge also. When the cargo is over length, some cargoes are very long. Handling them is not easy. So if you have cargoes like that, they will charge you for the excessive length, which makes for the handling and so on. Okay. The same thing, if the weight is excessive, then there will be a weight surcharge slapped on the cargo, because they have to do, for example, when you are loading heavy items, you have to build scaffolding under the deck. That means you have to get wood, you have to get a carpenter to do all those jobs. You have to charge the cargo owner for the cargo being weighty, because if it is very heavy and you put it on the deck without any additional support, it can cave in. The deck would sink. So you have to put some scaffolding, just like when they are going to raise a story building, they have to make scaffolding before they pour the cement for the concrete floor, isn't it? Yeah. Otherwise, it will not stay. So it's the same thing. Then you have war risk surcharge. If you take a ship, currently, I will use the Ukrainian situation. If you take a ship and you try to pass through this Russian shelling to get to Ukraine, you have to pay a lot of money. One, because the insurance will go up for the ship. If a ship wants to go to a place of war, then they have to pay insurance risk. Okay, and so if they pay that, then they have to put it on. And they also have to pay more to the crew who risk their lives to go there. I remember those days when we had this Iran-Iraq war. They were sinking so many ships. So if a ship volunteers to go there, then they have to, the insurance will pay more, because when the ship is lost, they'll come back to the insurance, pay me for my ship. So they will also increase their premiums, and then the premiums will be slapped. Those increased premiums have to be slapped on the cargo owners eventually. You also have to pay more to the crew and so on. So they have to increase the freight rate. So even when there's not a real war but an imminent war, the war risk insurance would have to come in. Okay. Then we have system rebates. System rebates. System rebates looks at the compensation or the enticements paid to loyal customers. For example, if you always ship your cargo with a certain shipping line, then they would want to reward you. Like sometimes you see Lever Brothers, they reward their clients or customers who have a great turnover. They reward them. Okay. So they also do that. They offer what we call the loyalty bonuses or rebates to different consignees, and they can also, by either reducing the freight they charge you for any period of time, but it shouldn't extend forever. Otherwise, it means you are trying to steal that consignee for yourself. So it has to be within a time frame. They have what we call the service contracts, the time volume. If you are continuously shipping with them, it will be under the service contract. If it is the time volume, that is over a period of time you are shipping so much cargo with them, then they will give you certain juicy freight rates that will make you happy that you shipped with them. So you have the system rebates. But they must, if you are applying the system rebates, it must be within the relevant legislation of the country involved. In some countries, like in America, they are very strict on these things, okay? They think that you are trying to buy the person and keep him for yourself, so they have very strict rules that you cannot apply some of these enticements in those areas. It has to be curtailed, otherwise people who have money would always try to woo the shippers, and then some people will be at a disadvantage. Okay. Then you have the rebates. Okay. It used to be a feature with the conference lines. The conference lines used to do it, but now other shipping lines which do not even belong to the conference lines still do these businesses of offering rebates to their customers, loyal customers, so that they are happy with them and will stay for a period of time. Shipping terms that you might meet. We've talked about some already with the free in and out and so on. But in the liner shipping, we also had terms like from ship's tackle to ship's tackle. What they mean, or from hooked till unhooked, or from berth port to loading port, from berth port of loading to berth port of discharge. When they say that, it means that the freight rate covers only that period when they are working on the ship, hooked to unhooked. That means when the cargo is brought onto the ship until it is discharged from the ship. That is the only time that the freight applies. Anything outside is for the shipper or the consignee's account. Okay, they don't cover that. Then you have the liner in, free out. This means that the discharge of the load until it is unhooked is not included in the freight. Okay, so the loading, apart from the hooking, putting it in the ship, so once it is in the ship, it is a ship business, Once it is out, it is the consignee business. So they can also say that it is liner in and free out. A discharge means that the discharge of the hold until unhooked is not included in the tariff. So if at the discharge port, the consignee is coming for the cargo, then he has to pay the handling costs for the cargo at the port also. So these terms, it's important for you to understand them because it brings a lot of disaffection between you as a forwarder and your customers or clients if they don't understand the cost structure. Sometimes all they know is my cargo is coming and they're happy. Then when the cargo comes, they say they are charging me so much. And then they will go to the government crying, the government also not understanding the principle, oh, lower this, lower that. But it's not so. It is the way that the thing is structured. So when they are building their cost of cargo and its shipment from the port of loading to the port of discharge, they need to be aware of this, okay, so that they know how to price their cargoes before it comes here, bearing in mind usually the exchange rate also. So when they don't understand, they think that things should be as usual. The same thing, something he bought last year, he thinks he should still get the same price for this year. It doesn't work that way.